Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our second round of the Hey, What a Race knockout stage of this tournament. I am Chuck Nicey, joined today by Nilo. Say hi, Nilo.
Hello, everybody.
And today, for this particular race, we have Zojalix versus Crypto, two fairly heavy hitters in our community. Let's get to see these stats a little bit. Zoe having a best race time of 34:58, running on emulator today, getting 8th seed for this particular tournament, and of course, having all of his categories run in PlayStation. That is a total of runs in 8 categories. No world records, but that's perfectly fine. And for some reason, favorite level, Spidey versus Monster Rock. No idea why that would be. But what can you tell us about Crypto?
Well, Crypto is the mind behind this tournament. So he did the first run in like 2018, but he came back like 2 months ago and he decided to, hey, why not do a tournament for for the next couple months? So here we are. So we should thank Crypto for this tournament, and which is a blast for now, and I'm sure it will be a blast for the entirety of this tournament. So
Absolutely. If it hasn't been stated already, I'm sure we should say it at least once each stream. Thank you again to Crypto for organizing this event. Thanks again to Spyron for organizing the tech for this event. It seems fairly seamless for you, the viewers, but it's actually fairly technically complicated on the back end. So big thanks to Spyron for being able to facilitate each race. But with that, let's go ahead. And I don't remember if we had any highlights spooled up. If not, that's perfectly fine. Otherwise, we do. Fantastic.
no,
No.
I think we don't.
Yeah, I think Zoe's practicing around with stopping the fog, but we're gonna have our runners go ahead and get ready for the race. Looks like Crypto is patiently waiting at the new game screen. Zoe shortly behind. So let's see it, and we'll wait for our tech to set this up. Both of our runners are ready, so we'll see it. 3, 2, 1, go. Looks like Crypto waiting for Discord notifications to come through, while Zoe is keeping close eyes on the setup. Both of them getting pretty close starts, though.
Yeah, just a 4 seconds delay, so...
Yeah, not too big a deal at all. Now, if I remember right, Crypto is running on hardware, while Zoe is running on emulator this time. Luckily, as we've stated before, the emulator is going to be running at a fairly comparable rate to the hardware. So there shouldn't be too much difference in the way these two run their race. Zoe getting a good, safe route through the first level. And
yeah, they both went for the safer route for get to the bank, which, I mean, you just lose like 2 seconds, but in a race settings, I mean, I think it's better, but...
No, absolutely. Even our better runners can get a pretty great time with that first level, even by running that route. It's fairly negligible, the difference between those two routes. But we'll see both of them head straight into hostage situation. Let's see how Zoe gets on with the skip. 2. And on 3, he's got it. Crypto not too far behind. Both of them getting a successful skip. Looks like Zoe got a little turned around and has to restart the level. The level didn't load in properly.
It didn't load the second part of the level, so yeah, it needs to restart. You
Right. And
can still continue the level, but it's pretty hard to do. So
right. Sometimes you need to load in the rest of the level by just heading into that direction if it has geometry for you to land on. But sometimes you may just be better off in restarting like Zoe did. But that is going to put Zoe at a disadvantage. Then with Crypto slightly in the lead, I'll go ahead and make a mark of that. Ever so slightly in the lead level wise, but it could come back for any little reason. Crypto getting shot by some of these Jade Syndicate thugs and going in for the bomb disposal.
let's see what time they get for the bomb.
It's looking pretty good. Crypto's got to line it up and a really respectable 136
Yeah,
on
it's
that
pretty good.
disposal. And let's see if Zoe can match that up or surpass it. Getting some good lineups. And
140.
140.
That's nice.
Fantastic. Absolutely. Putting them on slightly equal footing, but again, Crypto a little bit further ahead, especially considering the 4-second late start that they had, which is why it's going to be all the more important to keep an eye on those timers. Looks like no interference from any of the Denny's going around on this level. It's looking pretty solid. Let's see Zoe getting fairly good luck here, landing just a little bit low.
Let's see
Crypto.
if Crypto can do this part. Well, it's stick to the wall. It's using a different setup. Okay.
Looks like the idea there was that if he got stuck to that wall, might as well head up and maintain that height so you can swing all the better on the next two buildings. Zoe keeping it a little bit low, but also getting through just a little bit faster in that regard. Both of them getting straight through those loading screens. Now let's see if Crypto can keep a very nice Jonah.
Jonah is behind the desk on Crypto, so we see. No,
That
he's
was a
fine.
close call.
Jonah is behind the plant, and oof,
Zoe
almost,
got
almost.
Zoe just about had a heart attack with that 1 pixel of health left on Scorpion, but that will
Yeah,
bring them both into the police chase segment.
yeah, that
Which
that could have been very bad, but luckily J. Jonah Jameson didn't wasn't mean against Zoe.
no, luckily not. That if Jonah had moved to the next room, that could have been anywhere between a 7 and 15-second time loss. And speaking of time loss, it looks like Zoe did get a little bit of bad luck getting shot down by the chopper a little bit. Luckily, that
That
didn't result to any sort of void outs or
that
anything
was
like
a
that.
very far shot, though. It was very far from the cops, so very
Indeed.
unlucky there.
And
Again,
speaking of unlucky,
oof.
now who's the unlucky commentator? But Zoe getting shot out of midair, luckily, again, not voiding out on that and bringing them both to one of the longer sections of the game. This crawl up this building.
First time commentating and first time giving also curse.
Let's see
As
if
soon
we
as I
can.
said unlucky shot, it got shot again immediately.
Let's hope that bad luck doesn't continue here. But we'll see. Crypto wrapping things up. So getting the misdirect. Managing to get up. So far, pretty solid work from these runners. Nothing about their execution was too poor. It's been mostly unruly NPCs, so to speak, that have been
Yeah.
causing trouble, or unruly levels as well, in poor Zoe's case. But they are fairly close. I almost hesitate to say that Crypto is in the lead, even though that is the case. Usually when they're on the exact same level, it might as well be a tie because anything could go wrong, for sure.
Yeah, at most there's like a 8 seconds lead, considering also the difference in the start. So they are very close right now.
Right. Crypto losing a little bit of health to the explosions in the building, but managing to get to scale the girders. I wonder if Crypto is going to employ the infamous flying spider. And it looks like that
No,
is
I
not
think
going
he's
to be the
going for
case,
the normal route.
right? And I have a feeling that Zoe might do the same. Yes, it looks
Yeah,
like Zoe is also going for the normal route. And that's perfectly fine. Up until a couple months ago, this was the fastest way to get this done. And the flying spider, while it does save 10 seconds, can also be very unruly and very risky.
yeah, true. They both got the guarders cuts and skip though, so that's good.
Indeed, and I believe Zoe managed to save a little bit of time. And it looks like he's going to go for under the crane to move on to the next buildings, shaving off just that much more time. I'm going to go ahead. No, there's still 4 seconds apart. I'm going to let it be for the moment. But as soon as we see
Crypto
any
is
sort
going
of...
for the slower strat, so I think Zoa's catch up right now.
Indeed, it looks like Zoe finishes the level first and is going to head into Rhino first. I'm going to tentatively switch this lead over to the left, putting Zoe ahead ever so slightly. Now, what
Let's
kind of
see
strat?
how Rhino goes here, because Zoe already doing the web dom strategy immediately. Also Crypto.
Crypto going for an interesting strategy in trying to stun Rhino with a bit of webbing in order to uh, get inside him a little bit better. Give a brief pause. Uh, and it looks like Zoe got a notable, you know, uh, a notable finish off faster than Crypto in
Yeah,
this one.
it was a bit faster because on Crypto Rhino was getting pushed away from time to time, so that was time loss in each time, unfortunately for him. So while Crypto was Rhino was stuck in the same place for the entirety of the web dom strategy, so was a bit faster there.
Indeed. And again, it comes down to these. Ooh, there it is.
No,
I was afraid of that. I saw that in the last couple seconds. I'm like, he's going a little fast. And sure enough, Zoe manages to lose Venom by going too fast instead of going too slow, which is all the more painful when Venom hops up on the roof and calls you a slow poke. So that
yeah,
is
that's very unfortunate.
absolutely, that is going to put Zoe back. Uh, Yep, that's going to put Crypto back in the lead ever so slightly. I should probably let Spyron take care of the lead. Looks like he's paying attention quite intently. So I'll let him take care of that. But Crypto getting into the cutscene, Zoe scooting around on this construction building, getting to his own cutscene, being very careful not to outpace Venom again.
Yeah, because outpacing Venom here is very
Oh,
bad.
I think Zoe sees something.
Yeah, he will get the cutscene skip. So
Indeed, it is important to note that as far as we know, at least so far, uh, running the skip in the stopping the fog has been a good way to cause the cutscene skip in subsequent playthroughs. Now, what that's going to come down to is, or what could be a clincher if Zoe's not paying attention, is that if he attempts the cutscene skip specifically on stopping the fog in this run, he could get a memory overflow error. I've seen this in my own runs before, so he'll need to be very careful to go for the regular strat in stopping the fog.
yeah,
But we'll
because
see
the
if he
cutscene
remembers
skip
it by then.
already corrupt memory enough, so it's better to not corrupt any further, because a crash is behind the corner. So
It's
Crypto getting a pretty good Venom, so well, Zo missing a combo, so let's see how I will recover from this. He needs a fourth one.
unfortunately Zoe breaking the Spidey convention of 2024 by setting up cutscene skip before before the run. Although I am willing to bet that that was an accident for sure. Luckily, it doesn't seem to be helping him too much here at the moment. Of course, that cutscene skip state in the file usually doesn't help out until we get to Mysterio. Now, it's exciting stuff. It's time for Crypto to get to God Pipes, although Zoe taking a very exciting, risky strat with those particular pipes leading up. See it?
Let's see Crypto, how he handle this God Pipes here without aiming.
Ooh,
Oof,
getting a little
very
low on
low.
those. He's gonna have to
Yeah,
do the demigod pipes, unfortunately.
yeah, it was very low. Let's see how Zod does them.
Let's see it.
Using my L1 targeting mode.
Looking pretty solid on those pipes, but is gonna have to go for
Ooh,
demigod as well. And there it is. Both of our runners heading
no,
into the
none
subway
of them.
now.
None of them failed that, so that's good.
That is
Even though
good.
they had to stick to the pipes, it's still a pretty good level.
Yes, absolutely. But the worst case scenario, of course, being that you end up swinging too low and you void out towards the bottom. That can lose you a significant amount of time.
Yeah,
And
because
heading into
restarting a level, it's pretty bad, especially
absolute,
on on the PS version of the game, because loading times are very very high.
we get it. You're a PC supremacist. Of course, it's better. But it looks like our two runners are heading in for a two separate strategies for this. Crypto going for hugging the homies, Zoe going through with phasing inside the homies, and Zoe is deciding to do a bit of crowd work uh, with our folks here already being shouted down for violating the Spidey Accords of 2024. Uh, it's truly gonna need a PR representative to save his image now. But now we got now, like I said, I can be pretty certain that Zoe just accidentally activated the cutscene skip. Uh, the skip itself not going to save too much time overall. I did hear something along the lines of 20 seconds
Yeah,
in the
it's
run overall.
close to that. Yeah.
It does seem like it wouldn't be that long, but I do trust the analysis of some of the more seasoned runners for sure. But whatever it may be, both of these runners are showing off some really solid work, despite some of the pitfalls they've fallen into.
very long train for crypto. So
Yeah, that is a shame. But it looks like Zoe might get the early train. Yes,
yes,
slightly.
definitely faster than crypto.
That's looking close to a frame perfect train. So not quite the early exit that you would idealize, but still better than seeing the train drag on past the track bar at the bottom. So let's see Crypto going in for the skip, and there it is. Very clean work. Zoe getting ready to do the same.
Let's see.
I think the lizards are going to be unkind with their spit, and there it
Yeah,
is. And
he's
he's not
trying for
quite
the
through the
fast
grate.
one. It doesn't get. Very
Oh,
unlucky with Lizardman here.
absolutely
Oh,
on this level.
Crypt,
Oh,
Crypto going for a very risky one.
and
Ooh, he
he's got
gets it.
it. Very nice.
Yeah, I'm proud of
The,
him.
that that is a hard skip to pull off for sure. It can sometimes just be a lot simpler to go in from the sides, but
Yeah, it's
congrats
definitely
to Crypto for hitting that.
very, very risky. So opting for the more classic approach. So one on the right. Very
Easy
very
day.
fast clip too.
Yep,
Okay,
absolutely.
let's see.
Crypto going in for tunnel crawls, Zoe doing the same. It could come down to one slip up from Crypto's end. That
Is
could
not
cost,
zipping
and there
anymore.
it is.
Oh,
That's it. Yeah, he didn't zip enough, unfortunately.
yeah.
There's varying schools of thought about how many zips it's going to take to get to the end of the tunnel crawl, but it's very clear that Crypto didn't take quite enough. So now
Yeah,
Zoe,
there's a chance for Zoe to recover, and I think he got this because he surpassed the infamous tunnel crawl.
indeed. Now let's see if Zoe's feeling confident enough to try for a spider fly here.
Yeah, he's going for it.
We haven't gotten a lot of successful spider flies on this level even, and it looks like
Ooh,
a bad zip.
nah, he's opting to do level normally, unfortunately.
And I think that's smart, even besides the fact that Crypto is taking the long route through the tunnel crawl. So that'll help Zoe maintain his lead for sure. Although I will say, this is a fantastically close race. I'm really enjoying how close these two are between
Yeah,
each
sure,
other.
they are very close to each other.
Even with the tunnel
So
crawl failure, these two are no more than one level between each other.
So
I
opting for the classic one. No skipping Venom's puzzle.
Indeed, taking a
But
minute here
getting,
to line himself up. But yes,
but taking, doing still the double switch thing. So
indeed, learning only in the last month or two that doing the switches like that is actually faster than trying to hit one, watch the cutscene, then web ball the other and try to zip up during that animation as well.
oh,
So
Crypto going for the skipping Venom's puzzle. Let's see if he got this. If he gets this. Oh,
bar-
almost.
yeah, he
Nah, he's
barely.
opting to do.
Yeah, once you
He's
miss
opting
that once or
for
twice,
the normal level though.
right? Well, once you miss that once or twice, it's time to give up the ghost because that setup can be really hard, for sure.
Yeah, and
So
unfortunately, the level is very, very short, even doing normally. So you have very, very few room for mistakes because you start losing time very quickly if you don't get the skip very fast. So that's very unfortunate for him.
indeed, man, Zoe blazed through the lizard's maze. I hardly even got to see how he did a pretty good job with the setup, I do believe. And Crypto getting a couple good zips in, almost wet in the water. That would have been quite scary. And Zoe with a Venom 2. I believe Zoe has struggled with Venom 2 in the past. So let's hope he gets a slightly smoother Venom 2 this time around. Crypto going in with his own smooth lizard maze, actually being able to see the opposite wall to swing to, can make all the difference.
Zoe struggling a little bit with Venom. Very bad spawns each time.
Indeed. I think he's getting some weird Venom spawns thanks to his positioning, at least in my opinion. But he's got Venom. Venom is out. He's moving on to Symbiotes Infest Bugle. That is that. Crypto just now getting into Venom, having a few struggles of his own, unfortunately. But let's
Yeah,
see
but
how...
still nailing the first combo. Let's see if we can get the second one too. Yes. So
That's a good combo. Zoe famously going for the no skips route. So that could give Crypto the chance he needs to catch up if he's going to go for the some of the new skips that we've been practicing here in Symbiotes Infest. That's what's always entertaining about seeing Crypto in these matches, because he's not been around too much since 2018, doesn't really stream, doesn't post PBs, anything like that. You never know what he's going to surprise us with. And
he's
speaking of
going for the
surprises,
skip. Let's see if he gets.
yes,
He gets it.
that's
Yes.
first half.
Okay.
Now he's just got to hit that level trigger, and he's got it. That is exactly what Crypto needs to help catch up. Zoe getting in for a recently learned skip of his own. Looks like he failed elevator descent.
Yeah, he went on the wrong platform there. I think.
Indeed. He might have been able to salvage it if he was willing to try to jump out of bounds. But
no, I think he loaded the walls again, so that was very unfortunate.
I see. Fair enough. Then yeah, that is unfortunate, and that's gonna keep Crypto in the lead for just a little bit longer.
There's one down.
Oh, Crypto hitting an invisible door. Love to see it.
Yeah, always fun to see that.
And let's see if he gets this skip through here first try. Very nice. And
very
he's through.
clean. Very clean.
And Zoe is going to do the same. Ooh.
Okay.
That's a little dicey, but he's through. I don't know that he's going to get through that door.
I think he needs to destroy the other one. And I think he has to.
That door is still closed, so he has to restart.
Yeah, because the door closes from the inside of the room. So.
Yeah, so if you clip out, there's no way to open that door. Amazing.
Maybe you can clip from the other side. I don't know.
Oh, obligatory. Hi, Mike.
Yeah,
looks
Mike.
like Mike not being very kind to Crypto, probably because we weren't paying attention to him. But let's see if Crypto can get the cutscene skip. And looks like he doesn't get it quite well enough. Zoe has an opportunity to regain the lead.
Crypto going for the web cartridges. Okay, so.
Well, he might need those web cartridges heading into the Doc Ock fight. If he gets the one cycle, he's going to be dangerously low on cartridges if he doesn't try to stock up. And he misses the bugle skip.
Okay.
He is livid about this. But we could try to see it again. Maybe.
Really have no clue how Spider-Man didn't swing there, because the setup seemed pretty good. It was very unfortunate for Zoe. No, he jumped into the fire.
But he got out. That's good. Sometimes I see that as just an instant kill. Oh, good swings there. And he misses the trigger for the zip up. That is unfortunate for poor Zoe. Let's see if he can get it on try number 3, or if he's going to go for the no skip strat. It can be easy to get discouraged. Crypto going straight through Mysterio. No problem at
A,
all.
a very fast Mysterio too. So
Indeed.
not again. Oof.
Zoe
That's
having some really tough luck with Bugle Basement. I have to wonder how many times he's going to keep trying to skip before he goes for the non-skip route.
yeah.
If he's
Unfortunately, he's
successful.
also always falling into the void. So he could not even use the backup strategy for that. Unfortunately.
Crypto got stuck in the wall and
Uh,
he's falling through the void. That could give Zoe the
Crystal
chance he
failed in
needs.
the waterfront. Oof.
Waterfront has been absolutely cruel in this entire tournament. It's downed even some of our best runners. So it's not surprising at all that it would be unkind here.
Yeah, it's always like because the skip it's again.
And
Both
Zoe
runners
finally
struggling
catching up.
right now. No, Zo getting the skip. Not yet. Okay,
He's got it. He's got it.
he got
That's
he
what he
got it.
needs to help catch up. Crypto knows that if he can't get this skip, he needs to give this skip more tries than just one or two because the time saved by doing the skip is just so massive.
Yeah, what?
It's honestly mandatory. But it looks like he's going to miss the skip again, unfortunately. Getting loaded back in the level. Also, I think Fetty has that comic.
Yeah, Freddy has that guy.
But Zoe, going into the second stage of Mysterio, just as
Oh,
Crypto is about to do no skips
yeah,
on Waterfront Warehouse, this could be exactly what Zoe needs to catch back up. And that's why this race in particular is so nice. Even with the massive lead, some of these unfortunate events here are helping to keep the race suspenseful and entertaining. And that's exactly what we love to see from our runners.
also no cutscene for Zo, so as we
In
predicted. So
in Indeed, which is especially helpful in Waterfront Warehouse because it can take a while to skip that cutscene. And Zoe getting the skip. Nope. Oh,
yeah,
he's got it first try. There it is. And that is going to put him ahead of Crypto.
that's a
This
massive recovery.
that
So
this is going to be Zoe's time to shine. Uh, cutscene skip notwithstanding, this is going to be his time to shine now that he's pulled ahead of Crypto. Crypto finally getting into the underwater trench with Zoe in a bit of a lead on the same level. It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out from here on out. Also, because we don't see too much from Crypto, I wonder if we'll see Crypto doing the cutscene skip for stopping the fog.
yeah,
I'm very excited for this. We see these sort of pulsating electrical signals that are the hallmark of the cutscene skip state. Crypto getting the normal lightning bolts looks like he was not fortunate enough to get the cutscene skip, even if we were paying attention to his ability to get it. But Zoe, heading into stopping the fog, moment of truth. Let's see it.
okay, he's going to do the skips.
All right, let's see. Let's see how quickly he gets through it.
He's going for the 3 webbles, I think.
I see. Okay. Let's see it. Hopefully those symbiotes don't get through.
And I think he gets that. The 3 balls.
Okay.
Well,
There it
Crypto
is.
going for the no skip. He got the void cutscene though.
Whatever you did, it worked.
You know what? I'm going to count Zoe as very lucky, despite what I had to say earlier. I thought that he was going to uh, get the heat memory error with that cutscene, but it looks like he got through it without much issue. Now let's see. They are both neck and neck. This is the last chance that they both have to nail a major skip to gain the advantage. Otherwise, it's just going to come down to simple execution. Let's see. Either one of these two might be able to get the one psych lock. I am very excited to see who's going to win this race. They are neck and neck. It is very exciting to see what's going on.
Yeah, it's a very cool race to see.
Absolutely anything could happen at this point. We're going to get our last generator to come down. It's going to be all down to whether Zoe can hit this one cycle or not.
That's it. Time to pay the piper, Ock.
Okay. He's deciding to run up straight on him. And that is a one cycle lock. That is a one
Nice.
cycle lock for Zoe.
Well,
And Crypto could not manage the
failed that,
same.
unfortunately. So
Yep, which means Zoe is pulling ahead. So barring any unfortunate business from Carnage or Monster Rock, Zoe is in a really good position to take this race. Amazing work. And congrats to Crypto for keeping the race so close up to this point. Doing
Yeah,
fantastic
I
work,
think it's
wonderful execution.
it's a very good race for Crypto. I don't remember exactly his PB, but it's pretty close, I think. So
I'll take a quick look at that while we have a moment, while we're waiting for these boss fights to finish out. Let's see.
Zo finishing right now Carnage and Crypto the Cock, so like they are one level apart. So
Now, I don't remember Crypto's best time as far as races are concerned, but Crypto's time on the leaderboard for hardware is 39:35, which, barring this nuttiness from Carnage right now,
yeah, it got this cutscene bug for some reason. Sometimes it happens. I don't know what causes this, but it's very unfortunate because the camera is very bad. You can see anything.
indeed, you do get a little view of the outside, but that's about it. But Crypto got a good lineup on Carnage. This will be a great way to stun lock him into this fight. I think that fight is all but determined at this point, which brings us over to Zoe. We're going to keep an eye on his Monster Rock here, because as we've seen in previous races, something could still go wrong here in Monster Rock. But we are looking good for both runners. Crypto finishing off Carnage, heading into Monster Rock. I think, despite whatever happens, the time that Crypto gets here is going to be better than what he's got on the leaderboard, which could be exactly what, exactly the kind of, motivation boost that one needs to keep going through the tournament. I'm very excited to see this maybe PB come through.
Yeah, just let me check the best for the race because I think he got like a 38 there. Yeah, 38:27. So
38:27 was his best race time. Okay.
yeah,
Then
so
yeah, that's already better than the time he has on speedrun.com. And given this,
unless
he'll probably-
anything strange happens, he should he should get the best time
indeed,
in this match.
it would take an event of massive lucklessness in order to
Zo
mess
finishing
up
the
match.
race.
So
It didn't
as
stop
Zoe
the
finishing
timer
up,
though.
Zoe, you need to hit stop on your timer, my buddy.
It's like a 36:14, I guess. I didn't watch exactly
Right, I believe
the
that's
timer.
I believe that's going to be the case here. Crypto, ooh, getting a few weird sticks. Luckily, Monster Rock is fairly easy to evade, especially on easy, and he's not going for any of the comics, so we don't have any sort of suspense there.
Yeah, on
'Cause
easy you have a lot of time, and even if Doc Ock goes in front of you, you have a lot of time, like 5-6 seconds to actually go ahead again. So
Indeed. And even if Crypto were to just run through these levels, Doc Ock will run to keep pace with you on easy. So it provides suspense without providing too much actual difficulty. Let's see, up to level 2. We're almost through here. Just a few more corners left. That was the last opportunity to grab a comic. Game! Love it. Ooh, Crypto caught on the corner a little bit, saves himself fairly quickly.
okay, he's at level 1, last stretch.
All right. Had a little hiccup in the stream there for Crypto's side. I got a little worried, but this is the final stretch. Few jumps, and
Yeah.
Crypto is done. That is a 38:02. How does that line up with his best race time?
He's like 25 seconds faster. So that's his best time for in this tournament for Crypto. So.
Fantastic work for both of them. Absolutely. And I'm liking the chat here. The winner is Spider-Man. So fantastic work from both runners. I believe we have Zoe in here already. I'm sure we'll get some final words from Crypto in the chat here in a bit. I'll be sure to read them off if that's the case. But Zoe, how you feeling?
Not great.
Not great.
If I'm being honest, that run was so bad, and I feel like that run. I mean, the only things that I can honestly say that I'm proud of with that run is I easily had the best monster arc I've ever had, regardless of the time saved from cutscene skip. But like I didn't even think about cutscene skip, and then just it felt like everything in that run was just not going well, and especially when I got to Bugle's basement, that took me like 4th try. I was like, you have to be kidding me.
And yet the clincher in this race, because you two kept close for a good bit of that race, the clincher was when you one-cycled Ock. That was amazing work on that Ock.
That definitely puts you ahead in the race.
Honestly,
so.
I was so tilted from everything from the run that by the time I got to Doc Ock, I was like, why not? Let's just fail this too. And because that's the first time I've been able to get one cycle in a race. Every single race in this tournament, I failed it. But all of my PBs, aside from the one that I got, the PB that I got in my race against Nilo, I was able to. I was failing cutscene skip constantly. PB'd without it, was like, well, okay, and then I PB'd again shortly after group stages, and so I had zero confidence in getting this one cycle in a race.
But you got it. That was fantastic work. Let me see if we have any comments here from Crypto. Crypto stating that the waterfront warehouse was an absolute nightmare. We did see some rough goes of it from Crypto on waterfront warehouse. That one has been a bane for a lot of our runners. And yeah, great job to Crypto for nailing a lot of those skips first try. It's honestly incredible to see how Crypto's work before this tournament and how it's evolved and gotten better since practicing and running in this tournament has been really great to see. Nilo, do you have any other questions for our runners?
Well, what do you think? Do you need to train for the next match?
Honestly, I need to just derust. I did 2 runs between this race and my last one, and one of those runs was a no skips. So I honestly, and one of the ways that helped me, I think, with tilt also did not help with tilt, because when it came down to it, when it came down to it, I didn't even think about this game. Kind of even like forgot that it existed for a second. And then when when Crypto pinged me about scheduling our race, I was like, oh crap, that's right. That's a thing. And so I knew that I had to come back into playing. So, but again, didn't practice at all until right before this race. So I really just need to get back into playing it. Is really what it comes down to.
Fair enough. Let's see here. And Crypto says that he needs to train on Waterfront for sure and to deal with nerves, which, yeah, running against anyone in these races is pretty nerve-wracking. Truth be told, I feel more at ease just casting here for everyone than I do running against some of these runners. But no, fantastic work from both of you. One last question for Zoe. How does it feel to violate an international treaty to not set up cutscene skip beforehand?
So, to answer the press's question on this one of violating an international treaty, it was an accident. Did I accidentally commit a war crime? Absolutely. Do I have any words that I should say to talk about my actions? No, because my lawyer says that anything I say can and will be held against me in a court of law. Which also, I just confess to it. Which doesn't really help my case in terms of trying to like plead any sort of innocence.
You can't see over top of your stream
what
right
is
now,
it, fake? That's fine.
Amazing stuff.
This run was the start of my supervillain origin story, anyways.
Love it. Well, poking fun aside, great job with that Zoe. Really impressed with that one cycle lock. Both of you did fantastic work, despite a few trip ups along the way. And I'm really looking forward to see your next matches, whoever you end up facing against. Oh wait,
I think I play Spyron next. So
oh
maybe
boy,
don't
how do you
watch
feel about
one.
that?
Oof.
Get excited. I'm very excited to see that race then for sure. But I think that's all we have for now. We are going to take a quick short break. Lord knows I need to. Before our next race, which is going to be a matchup between Monch and myself, Chuck Nicey. So we'll see you for that in just a few minutes. Stick around.